Imagine a cancer treatment so revolutionary that instead of spending weeks in a hospital, enduring blood extractions, laboratory engineering, and grueling chemotherapy preparation, a patient simply walks in, receives a single intravenous infusion, and walks out. No cell harvesting, no complex lab procedures, no lengthy wait while cancer continues to spread. Just one injection, and your own body becomes the weapon. That is not science fiction. That is the technology Eli Lilly just paid up to $7 billion to acquire. On April 20th, 2026, one of the world's largest pharmaceutical companies made a bold declaration. The future of cancer treatment will be built differently. And a small Boston biotech with 62 employees, a company that nearly went bankrupt 3 separate times, just became the center of that vision. This is the story of a deal that could reshape how humanity fights cancer. Eli Lilly, a name synonymous with medical breakthroughs. The company behind Zepbound, the blockbuster weight loss drug that turned Lilly into one of the most valuable pharmaceutical giants on Earth. But here's the strategic reality Lilly's leadership has been wrestling with. Right now, Lilly is thought of as a weight loss company. And while that is a very large part of their business, their stated goal is to use the financial strength from their weight loss business to diversify into other therapeutic areas even more intentionally. Enter oncology. Enter Kelonia Therapeutics. Lilly has announced it will acquire Kelonia Therapeutics in a deal worth up to $7 billion. The company will pay $3.25 billion up front, with remaining payments contingent upon clinical, regulatory, and commercial milestones. But what exactly did Lilly just buy? And why does it matter far beyond the walls of Wall Street? To understand the magnitude of this deal, you first need to understand the problem it is trying to solve. CAR T-cell therapy is widely considered one of the most powerful cancer-fighting innovations of the 21st century. The concept is elegant. Take a patient's own immune cells, engineer them to recognize and destroy cancer, and reintroduce them as living, targeted killers. But there is a devastating catch. The current process is extraordinarily complex. Doctors must extract blood from a patient, ship those cells to a specialized laboratory, spend weeks engineering them outside the body, then prepare the patient with lymphodepleting chemotherapy before reinfusing the modified cells. The entire process can take 4 to 6 weeks. For patients with aggressive cancers, that wait can be a death sentence. Jacob Van Naarden of Lilly Oncology called these significant manufacturing and access barriers. That fraction is the crisis. That gap between who could benefit and who actually receives treatment is precisely what Kelonia was built to close. Kelonia Therapeutics was founded on a radical idea. What if you skip the laboratory entirely? What if, instead of engineering T cells outside the body, you deliver the engineering instructions directly into the patient? And let the body do the work itself. Kelonia's core technology is called IGPS, the in vivo gene placement system. It uses engineered lentiviral particles to transduce T cells inside a patient's body. We've established the $7 billion scale of the deal. Now, we look at the clinical evidence that compelled Eli Lilly to make such a massive bet. Kelonia's lead drug candidate, KLN-1010, targets multiple myeloma, a disease for which most patients eventually relapse and run out of options. In a prestigious Phase 1 trial presented at ASH 2025, all patients treated with KLN-1010 achieved minimal residual disease negativity at month 1, MRD negative. That means cancer was undetectable in the bone marrow, in some of the sickest patients who had already failed multiple prior lines of therapy. But here's the most explosive point. Lymphodepletion was not required. No preparatory chemotherapy. This treatment becomes accessible to patients too fragile for traditional protocols. Now, consider the business logic. Kelonia subsisted on just $60 million over 5 years and came within a week of running out of cash 3 separate times. 3 times this company nearly disappeared. 3 times the science was compelling enough to keep it alive. Now it commands a potential $7 billion valuation. The deal fits a pattern. A $2.4 billion agreement for Orna Therapeutics and a build-out of artificial intelligence capabilities show Lilly is moving far beyond the obesity market. The strategic play is clear. Lilly is planting its flag in Boston's South Line, taking Kelonia's platform from early trials to global scale. Let's step back from the mechanics because the human stakes are enormous. Today's cell therapies work for some, But access is the battlefield. Geography, manufacturing bottlenecks, and physical tolerance for chemo are reasons people die even when treatments exist that could save them. An off-the-shelf infusion that requires no cell harvesting and can be administered anywhere. That is a structural transformation of cancer care. If this scales, the implications extend far beyond blood cancers. The IGPS platform is a precision delivery system that could eventually target many different diseases. A $60 million startup, 62 employees. This is what scientific persistence looks like. A bet that the next era of medicine will be built inside the human body itself. Eli Lilly heard the signal, and they paid $7 billion to make sure no one else could build that future without them. For this special report, I'm Ryan Cooper.